Okay, so if you've told the 20 something in your life to, hey, get a job or get a different job, get a new job, whatever that kind of advice may be, here is a reality check. Applying for jobs is absolutely nothing like what we experienced when we were in our 20s. These 20 somethings are just completely ghosted by employers. They submit electronic resumes into these systems and they basically never hear back. Most of the 20 somethings I talk about looking for a job, they're applying for hundreds, not five, not 10, hundreds of positions, trying to get somebody to respond to them. I also have spent some time on some of the job posting sites, and I'm not saying, oh, like you sit there and you spend all this time, and employers can set up little surveys that you take that sometimes they seem to have something to do with the job, sometimes they don't. So you're taking skills tests, you're doing all this stuff to seriously be completely ghosted and hear nothing. And so it's really not a lack of effort. It's really kind of a broken system. And maybe I'm a little bit, you know, hard on this topic because I started my career as a recruiter and I kind of know that game. And I know at the end of the day that a lot of the technology that gets used, yeah, allows you to do some things faster and maybe even cheaper, but it also just makes it really tedious and hard. And so on the other end of that, supposedly make it easier for employers and maybe cheaper for employers are these 20 somethings who really are trying to get their feet into a career, right? And they're trying to like do the right thing and it's hard. It's just yuck. And so guess what? That leads to exhaustion and feeling burned out. And, and then to hear on the other side of that, that the assumption is somehow they're doing something wrong or they're not working hard enough at getting a job is just frustrating, right? That's what I hear from the 20 somethings that I work with. It's frustrating. So we can't fix the fact that the world hires through these big systems, right? But as mentors, we can kind of change how we're asking the questions. So instead of like, why haven't you gotten hired yet? Why haven't they called you back? We can flip it and saying like, what's been the hardest part of applying? And then we can figure out like, oh, is this somewhere where maybe some old school techniques have to come into play? Maybe we got to find some people to network you into that job. Maybe there's something on the resume. Hey, maybe we need something to stand out. But we can start to help solve the problem, which is a broken system, not them being lazy, and help figure out like, okay, there's some old school techniques that can help you get around the fact that we've got these crazy inconvenient systems when it comes to applicants' perspective, right? And so there's the power in our experience and our perspective when we team it up with seeing the way things really are today and kind of being able to figure out how not to assume that 20 somethings are being lazy or they just don't know how to get it done. So there you go. If you want to help a 20 something kind of land a job, help get the process, seriously, tap into how frustrating it is these days to get through one of those systems. And by the way, not have any other tools have been taught to you to know how you could perhaps work around that system. So there you go. We keep it real here at Simplify Adulting. And if you want more information, more discussion, more topic on how we can be better mentors for our 20 somethings, then hit subscribe. Until then, stay happy and healthy.